Yo, new episode of Hockey Happy Hour coming at you only on HUG Radio. We got live reactions of the Flyers and Lightning, so we'll give you scoring updates. We're also going to recap a little bit of the Flyers in Vancouver, Flyers and Devils, and how they got to that 2-0 start. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell your motherfucking friends. It's time to talk some puck. Let's get at it.
Let's go! This ain't the puck like force this game, he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of the Hockey Happy Hour live on a2dradio.com. I am Matt Cincinnati, along with the Dark Wing, Brian Daly.
What up, what up?
The Broken One, Rob Povia.
I gotta go return some videotapes.
God. Uh-oh.
And the one and only Mr. Broadway himself, Brad Ryer. And we welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to another thrilling edition of the Hockey Happy Hour. Thrilling because we get our first live reaction show of the regular season. We had one for the preseason, sort of, with that preseason game against Buffalo, but in reality, it was not really televised. This one is officially the first real live reaction.
And it's on ESPN, so everybody can watch it.
Right. That's the beauty of the regular season. Everyone can watch this stuff these days. And ESPN Plus, too, on top of that, which I would recommend, especially if you got an out-of-market team. But anyway, so...
He has to bring that up, doesn't he?
Yeah. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not that he doesn't bring it up with the jerseys in the background at all, but, you know, yeah.
No, I think it's pretty subtle. Oh, BT Dub.
Yeah.
I got a new addition to the wall.
Oh, really?
Oh,
What's that?
It's a flag from the Carolina Hurricanes game the other night.
Nice.
It was a giveaway.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary of when they moved to Carolina?
Mhm.
Holy
They've
shit.
been out of Hartford that long?
Yes, they have.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
That's
Wow.
how much of a distant memory the Whalers are. Whew, that is kind of sad. But anyway, we welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of the Hockey Happy Hour, brought to you by, as always, Manscaped. You get 20% off plus free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code at A2D at manscaped.com. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. That's right, gentlemen. Upgrade your life. Confidence is key with the ladies and with everything else. Manscaped will make you feel great. You will be taken care of perfectly. And all you got to do, go to A2D and get 20% off, and everything's perfect. All right. And the poll question, as always, brought to you by BetUS, which is the leading online sports book. You can bet anywhere, anytime, on anything. And if you use that code that you see down there on the bottom of your screen, you can get 125% sign-up bonus. So I would absolutely take a look on that and get yourself a little bit of side hustle going and get yourself a little quick cash there. And the poll question today is, the Flyers can keep the momentum going. Agree or disagree? The momentum, of course, being that the Flyers have 2 straight wins under their belt, something that I definitely didn't see coming. But they beat the Devils, and whom just tied the game with the Anaheim Ducks, as they showed on the scoring update. And also, They had a come-from-behind victory against the Vancouver Canucks, and now they're up against Tampa. So, gentlemen, it's their biggest challenge so far. Agree or disagree? Can they keep up this momentum?
I agree to the poll. I think they absolutely can. Even if this game winds up being a loss, they can still keep the momentum going because I think they're playing a pretty solid game right now. I mean, this obviously, yes, is their biggest test of the year. They're one of the best teams in the league. They're a cup contender. They've been to the Stanley Cup the last maybe 4 years, if I remember correctly. It's at least 3 years because they were talking about the three-peat last year. But if they can continue to build off the small things, they're doing a lot of the small things right here. They're winning puck battles in the corners. They're supporting each other. They're getting some good shots. They're playing fairly good defense here. Big thing for me early on, and we were talking about this a little bit off the air before we jumped on here, was they got to stay out of the box. That's the big thing. They got to stay out of the box. But I agree to the poll, regardless of what the result is here. I absolutely think they can keep this momentum going.
All right,
I
then.
agree with you, Brian. I agree with you, Brian. I mean, they're going to lose this game. I would have said so before the opening puck drop, but especially down on the scoreboard right now, it's the grittiness and toughness that we're seeing in this game, taking a punch in the mouth and coming back, something we didn't see a lot of last year. That's what can keep the momentum. I expected this team to kind of come out hot, get off to the 2-0 start, undefeated in Philadelphia. Not a lot of people saw that. I kind of did, but you're going to see their game wither against the cream of the crop of the East. Even if they lose this game, you can still keep that momentum, playing the game the right way.
Brad, how you feel?
I think you know what? I think they're going to come back and they're going to at least get a point tonight. To me, they just seem like, and maybe I'm way off base here, but they seem to be playing with more urgency than Tampa Bay is. It's like ever since Tampa Bay scored that second goal, the Flyers have woken up and they're playing a lot better now, and they're getting a lot of quality opportunities.
See,
And it just seems like they're. It just seems like right now they have the momentum in the game. I think they're going to tie this baby up. I think they may lose it in overtime because playing 3-on-3 against Tampa Bay for them is just about as impossible as it can get. I mean, it's almost unfair, but I mean, they're looking good. They're looking a lot better than they did last year. Listen, anything can happen. We've said that before. Tortorella is very good at building teams. He really is. I mean, the only place he failed was Vancouver, quite honestly, and he had a veteran team that was over the hill, and I don't know why he took that job because there was no way that team was going to come back and be good anymore. They were clearly spent. But at this point, I like what I'm seeing out of them. They really are looking aggressive, and you know what? They seem to be the hungrier team right now. So just don't do anything stupid. Stay out of the penalty box. Keep clogging up the middle like they're doing, and you know what? They could be able to get a point. Now it's not going to be easy to go play the Panthers again right after that. I mean, they play the Panthers tomorrow, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's almost unfair. Two road games like that. But that's the NHL. But you know what? The Panthers have not been playing well this year. So let's see them keep up the momentum, at least get 1 point here and get a 3-point road trip.
Yeah.
That would be really great if they could pull something like that off. They might be able to. If they just keep playing the way they're playing right now, they're keeping Tampa Bay to the outside. They're really not getting quality opportunities other than on the power play. So just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, the one thing that I've noticed is
as soon as I say something now they get to the front, but
Well, and that's perfect that you bring that up because I was actually going to notice that. Notice when anybody gets close to that blue paint, there's 2 or 3 Flyers almost immediately right there protecting that blue paint, protecting Carter Hart.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the Tortorella influence right there.
And a big part of why they are in this game is number 79, Carter Hart, between the pipes, rocking the Foo Fighters mask tonight. I like how he's alternating between two different types of mask and paying tribute to the late, great Taylor Hawkins. But he's played stellar between the pipes. Even the 2 goals on the power play, the first one, he got over. He almost got that save on Stamkos to hit off his midsection and squeeze through, and really he had no chance. Fabulous pass from the defender there. So I mean, part of this game so far early on is a little better play in the defensive zone, taking the onslaught. Tampa Bay's been owning the offensive zone time on ice, but just absorbing those blows, taking them. A nice fight with Delorier too in the first period kind of brought them back and evened up that first period, and you're seeing it again here in the second.
Right. Oh, great play, but a great save by Hart.
Look at this save. Wow.
Again, yes.
And that
Look at
big
that.
hit, too, as well, to finish that one off.
Yes. We see Zach McEwen brought up from the FanUps tonight to play on that fourth line. And that's kind of what I envisioned when you brought in Delorier, to have him and McEwen on that fourth line, full of energy, full of grit, knock your teeth out, maybe score a goal. Putting Jackson Cates between, kind of smart too.
So let's take a look over here at the.
But if you take a look, I mean,
Yeah.
everything's coming. They're coming. They're not being able to make rushes down the middle of the ice. Everything's from the side, trying to cut towards the net.
Contested,
and that's huge. I mean, you're basically in and you know, Perry has to take a backhand. He doesn't have room to shoot a forehand shot there.
Still, though.
It's the little things that they're doing to help out Hart, and Hart is responding.
Right.
Still, though, that was a dangerous backhand. If he got just a little bit more elevation, that could have actually gotten over Hart's arm. But Hart stayed with it, and he stayed focused on it, and he was able to get it.
That's the whole thing with the backhand, though. It's hard to score on your backhand.
Oh, it is, but Perry is very capable of doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I realize that.
Deceptive type of shot too for the goaltender to save if you can get it off.
Which just makes Hart's save even that much better, and it's a big save too because it's right at the end of the second period and you're only down by 1. The thing that can deflate you very quickly is if you start to, and he's smiling going off to the bench because he was joking with one of the Lightning. So it's like, okay, good. Hart's probably in a good feel. He's in good vibes right now. You know, and then on top of it as well, like I said, making that save, nothing could be more deflating than going down by 2 again. But this time it's worse because you're going right into the third period. You're down to your final 20, and instead of being one step closer, you're back to square one that you were in the second period. So
hopefully maybe you can get a power play.
Maybe
they need one.
Maybe. We'll see. They had one earlier, but it took a long time before they got anything really going on that. So that's definitely still, as always, a work in progress.
Yeah, they only got one shot on there. What's up, Mark? Appreciate you always chiming in.
Absolutely.
I mean, they only got really one quality shot off on that power play. They had a hard time getting set up, you know, puck movement. It looked very, very sloppy. If they can get, I mean, yeah, if you can get a power play, great. That definitely increases the chances of getting that tying goal. But, you know, that first period was just not a good period for them. They were just a little too hesitant. And you saw that on pretty much every aspect of that game early on. And they're playing a much more confident game now. I think if they can get a power play, I think it's going to be a much better situation. But until you get Couturier back, even Cam Atkinson, especially Cam Atkinson, your shooter, I don't think this power play is going to do much.
So let's take a look at the fam here. As Mark Hooven over there saying, nice tilt earlier between Delorier and Maroon, which, of course, like Rob, you were talking about, Delorier sparking up the team there with that fight against Maroon.
And I loved how they thanked each other after the tilt, too. Classic hockey fight.
Yeah,
they wanted each other. Yeah, they wanted each other. You know that.
That was a pure energy fight. You know, they were trying to create momentum to go, obviously, either way.
Right. Joe, what's up, man? He's saying there's so much going on. I don't know what to watch. There is a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on for Philadelphia fans between the Flyers and the Sixers starting up. The Flyers having a good start. And then the Phillies, of course, they're currently in the NLCS playing game 1 right now against the San Diego Padres. And then, of course, the Eagles, they're 6-0, which is just like, God damn, man, they're just ripping through teams left and right. So it's just like, holy shit, there is a lot going on right now. Joe's saying Flyers looking better in this half of the second period. And then he also went on to say NLCS game 1, of course. And he's also saying Harden trading threes.
Great night of sports in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
everything's going well right now on all 4.
It sure is. And currently nothing is the score going into the top of the third.
All right, then. And we got Rob Brinkman. What's up, Rob? Saying, yo, Brad, I got all your Rangers in fantasy. Interesting.
That was smart. I hope you have Mika's advantage at Rob. You know that you should definitely have him.
It's good to stack those lines, stack those power play lines, double up on those points. Works in seasonal, works in DFS.
Oh yeah. Listen. If you have him, Trocheck, or Kreider, or Fox, you're going to get a lot of points.
Right.
Their power play is going to score almost every night.
And we got Damien, the brother from down under, saying,
Damien.
hey, guys. What's up, brother?
Always good to hear from you, Damien.
Anthony saying, hey, guys. What's up, Anthony? And Dylan saying, what's going on, fam? What's going on, Dylan? He's saying, I hope all is well. I agree to the poll. Torts won't let them keep their heads down. Let's see here.
And to Dylan's comment here, you see that in the play in the second period. You go down 2-0. This team last year would have been done. They would have just been like, all right, we're down 2-0. That's it. Let's just lock it up and go home.
Most teams would be done if down 2-0 in Tampa Bay.
And then, now, and we could discuss this a little bit. This Tampa Bay team's not the same team they were last year. Rob, you were saying earlier that, the depth is not there, and it's not. Right. This isn't the same team. You lose a big name in Andre Palat. I think that was the biggest name that they lost all season.
Ryan
McDonough. Ryan McDonough's another one. Yeah.
I think McDonough was a bigger loss because defensively, he really held down the fort. I mean, I know Victor Hedman is great offensively, but McDonough is a good defensive defenseman, and that's why he was a former captain of the Rangers. I mean, the guy can play defense. His offense is okay, but his defense, they're going to miss that.
And they got to lean more on Hedman, making him get a little more exhausted, a little more winded, can get taken advantage of on defense when he's got to pull the weight. I mean, Ian Cole's a good player. He's a good penalty killer, but he's not. It's got to be a combined effort.
Yeah, Vasilevsky's going to have to make a lot more saves too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that D-core is still really good. Cernak is still back there. You got Sergachev still back there. There's another name that I'm blanking on that's still back there. This Tampa Bay team is still loaded. They're just, like Rob was saying in the pregame show, they're saying that this offense is very top-heavy.
It always has.
I like the Flyers' chances because of that.
It always has been, though, with Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Nice balance, though, past couple seasons. Up and down, top 4 lines.
Well, they've had to lose. I mean, unfortunately for them, being as good as they've been, some of these guys want to get paid. The second and third line guys are going to want to get paid, and Tampa Bay
keep them together
pay
forever,
everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. I mean, losing guys like Gaudreau. I mean, they lost their whole third line last year, and they still ended up in the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, that just tells you what kind of a system they got. Their coaching,
but
and the leadership.
It also tells you too another thing as well from a historical perspective how hard it is to maintain a dynasty in this league. Because when you think about it, it's not because if we didn't have a salary cap still, if that had never been put in place, Tampa would have been able to probably pay everybody and would have kept them all there, or maybe let go 1 or 2 people at most, but kept most of everybody, and they would have been dominant for a very, very long time. It's kind of like how you see a lot of those teams that dominated in the 90s and the 80s. It's like, well, you had no salary cap. So of course you could keep all those players stacked on your team. You had especially if you were a team that drew a lot of money. If you were like the Rangers or the Flyers, or if you were Edmonton or something like that, and you made a ton of money. Like, yeah, of course you could afford everybody. There's no need to worry about it. But it goes to show just how hard it is to have a dynasty. So it also makes what Tampa did actually that much more impressive. The fact they got to 3 straight finals in a row in an era where you don't have a salary cap and you keep losing players every year, whether through expansion or through the fact that you can't keep them because of the cap. Like, that tells you just how impressive that actually was.
They lost Yanni Gord, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Yes.
lost him in the
Last
expansion
year, yeah, they
draft.
lost him too. I mean, that's a lot of good players that they've lost.
Yeah, but they get Cirelli back under contract. You have Saranac, you got under contract this year. Like, the McDonough trade was a pure cap move. Palat was asking a little bit more than they could afford to give him. Like, this was tough for the Lightning, but and then I'm not taking anything away from this team. They're still a very strong team, and they're going to be a cup contender once playoff time runs. But this, I'm just saying, this isn't the same team. It's just not the same team. But
no, and you're right. You're right. Dylan saying, hoping the Flames can keep hot. Colin Huberdeau gets his first goal as a Flame tonight. Interesting.
I like that call.
Blue City Empire Sports saying, let's go, New Jersey Devils.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Well, that's all right. They can win tonight against the Ducks. They lost to the Flyers.
By the way, did you notice that the Senators woke up and are destroying the Bruins now?
Oh, after the Bruins came back and tied the game up.
Yeah, now it's 6-3.
Old friend Claude Giroux with his second goal in the season already, looking good back in Ottawa. Hasn't resulted in the win-loss column yet, but hopefully it starts tonight.
It may very well.
Any day that the Bruins lose is a good day.
Of course. It's good in my book.
We can all agree to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Used to be Danny B used to torture them on the Flyers. Now it was Claude Giroux on multiple teams. So there you go. So let's see here. Pete saying evening. What's going on, Pete? And he's also Blue City Empire Sports saying Yankees are going to the ALCS, which I think started today.
Yes, they are.
They didn't start. They were finishing it.
They won decisively today. Or as Marv Albert used to say, they won with authority.
And let's see here. And Pete saying agree to the poll. Anthony saying Tampa is just good. And that's some guy named Brian Daly. Let's see.
He's a tool.
Yeah.
Maddie, on the YouTube side of things, Tom Hetrick asked a question about the Golden Knights. I answered him, but maybe you guys want to chime in.
Here, let me see. Let me go find his comment here. Here he is.
You got it.
All right, so let's see. Tom's saying, how do you think the Golden Knights do this season?
They're a playoff team if they stay healthy.
Right. And they don't, injuries definitely hurt them last year. They got streaky at really bad times. And, of course, at the very tail end of the season, they lost that bid to the Dallas Stars. So, yeah, like Brad was saying, they got to stay healthy if they want to have a chance of getting back into the playoffs. But the problem is that they've made a lot of changes to this team. So the question is, especially with goaltending, is this team going to be good enough to get the job done? That's the big question. Even if they make the playoffs, could they go on another run like they had the last few times they made the playoffs? So it's a big question mark there on the Golden Knights.
As long as Mark Stone stays healthy, I think this team is going to compete. I agree with Rob's comment. I was kind of reading that while I was waiting for the college Schwarber to finally do something, which he did. 2-out single, so let's go. Yeah, I mean the power play's gotta do their thing. They have to figure out ways to score on the power play. Having Mark Stone back is going to actually help with that too. Jack Eichel having a full season with the Golden Knights is going to help as well. Agree with what Rob and Maddie said here on the goaltending. That's going to be your big question mark for the Golden Knights. That's going to be whether or not you're a successful team or not. You don't have Lanier all season long. You're running with Thompson. He's going to be your guy. He hasn't looked bad so far, which is probably really positive for the Golden Knights. But I see the Golden Knights being a middle of the road team. The defense is good enough in front of them, and the offense is going to be what the offense is. You know, they're a good team. They're a good offense. So, I mean, I see this Golden Knights team, and until Lanier comes back, it's just a middle of the road team.
I think Jonathan Marchessault's a key there too. I didn't throw that in the comment. He deposited 2 goals the other night. He could be a nice boost where maybe they could outscore some teams for a while.
No, absolutely. I mean, you always forget that Marchessault's over there.
Right.
You know, he went over there in the expansion draft, I believe, from Florida. So, you know, you forget he's over there. He's another good power play guy. He's a great 5-on-5 guy. Solid offensively. Good depth guy to have. And, you know, staying healthy is going to be key for Vegas to even compete and find a way back to the playoffs this year.
And let's see here. Dylan saying, love the rush when it's silent and just here, no commentary. And we got Stefano Fediciaso. I believe that's how you say that.
It's my boy Stefano.
Yeah, but he's saying Brian Daly, my guy.
I'm everybody's guy. Let's go. It's my boy Stefano.
Well, by the way, Stefano, what's going on? Welcome, brother. All right. Anthony saying, who's that girl announcing? And,
AJ Belesko, she's good. I like her.
Yeah. Mark Hooven actually acknowledged that as well. Also, Emily Kaplan, of course, as well in between the boards.
I could live without them.
She reminds me of Sarah. She's like the Sarah Langs of hockey. Emily
Listen, as long as they don't bring Aaron Andrews, I'm good.
Yeah. No, they're great though. I mean, they
stand
talk
that.
about analytics, like knowing the game in and out. Yeah, they bring a lot to their individual broadcasts.
No, absolutely. I mean, Emily Kaplan gets on my nerves with some of the questions she asks the players and coaches, but AJ Malesko, I like her. I do like her.
And let's see, Mark saying, great show, man. Gotta run. Take it easy, Mark.
Pleasure having you back, Mark.
And Greg saying, what up, fellas? What's up, Greg? And Ted saying, I need like 4 TVs for all sports and AEW.
Yeah, a little special Tuesday night dynamite tonight. Yes. With the NBA tipping off.
Jeez. Everything is just
The
all
NBA is
today.
tipping off tonight too. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Jesus. And let's see. We got Priz saying, let's go, boys. What's up, Priz? He's saying he's watching the Ducks and the Devils.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Come on. Thought you're our playoff team.
Listen, I'm trying to be positive, but right now with the way the defense is playing, they look like trash.
Thank you,
Like
Anthony.
2 games, 3 games. Come on. Empathy.
Yeah, and they're already at the bottom in shots allowed, goals allowed, and PK.
It's not how you start, it's how
Oh,
you
damn,
finish.
is
Brian.
right.
That's what she said, Maddie.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a lot of truth to that, though. You're right, because it's not how you start; it's how you finish. But
Right.
it's just
And it's where you finish, too. Of course, that's
By the way,
perspective.
The Sixers are tied 63-63 at halftime with the Celtics. Just
Barn
thought I'd
burner.
throw that in. I know it's a hockey show, but you know,
Well, it's still gotta cover the sports for
Yeah.
the fans.
just
You know what I
just
can't
wanted
wait
to
for?
Throw that in.
What, Brian?
you know what I can't wait for? NLCS Game 2, Aaron Nola versus Austin Nola, brother against brother, going for a championship.
That'd be
That's gonna be
special.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
And Anthony saying, Brad, congrats on the Giants win.
Epic comeback.
And Dylan saying November 8th, I'll be sitting row 2 behind Blackwood for 2 periods for the Devils versus the Flames. I plan on making his night miserable. Well, Blackwood, good idea, Dylan. To be honest, though, I think Blackwood might actually have intentions of making his own night miserable, to be honest with you. With the way his
What
goal
chant are
team
you going to do,
goes.
Dylan? What are you going to do to get him off his game? I'm curious.
Bring a sign.
You know what it is? I think with
Photoshop
him,
a
it
picture
should
of
be
you and
reverse
his wife.
psychology. With Blackwood, it should be like
Not too
reverse
much?
psychology. Just tell him, like, man, you're the greatest goalie ever. You're such a great, humble man. I bow to you, and just watch him be like, really? You think I'm a great goalie? And then to get popped right into the back of the net. We're like, yep, still the greatest goalie ever.
You can always just go with Blackwood sucks. Blackwood
There you go.
sucks. Like,
Classic,
I mean,
yeah.
that works on everybody. Nobody
Yeah.
likes to
Right.
hear that.
Or you slightly tweak it, you call him Weakwood.
Yeah,
Yes. Gonna call him
or
Slackwood.
like what I used to do to Marwin Gonzalez when he was playing for the Astros a few years ago in the outfield, and my friend and I had tickets in the outfield, and we were calling him Marvin instead of Marwin.
Ah, there you go. Exactly.
Just
Right.
to piss him
Right.
off.
Right.
He kept looking over. He kept looking over. He was not really happy with that.
Couldn't imagine
Don't you
so.
think that's like a great accomplishment when you're heckling the shit out of a player and he just can't help but look over just to be like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, like like,
Yeah.
shut up. Or we yelled it out later one time when he was warming up. When he was with the Mets, he's warming up in the bullpen, and I yelled at him really loud, "Hey Al, you sucked so bad. All we got for you is Jesse Barfield." And he was in the middle of a pitch, and he stopped and started laughing.
Oh, that's
And I was like, "All right, I got it."
Appreciate good ribbon.
You see, that's what you got to do. Like, guys actually like go out there to like actually be like hurtful and try and hurt feelings. Just go out there and try and make them laugh. Like that's
Yeah.
It's just a sport. Like, let's just go out there and make them laugh. Like, don't gotta go out there and try and hurt.
Well, then you get them.
feelings,
And then you get them off
Perfect,
the game. They
Dylan.
lose a little edge,
Perfect.
and then they screw up.
Let's see here. Ted's saying, are the Sens winless?
I think so.
I thought they were 0-2. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, that's
Well, I mean, that game's still going. I'm sure it's what 6-4 Senators.
Yeah, Boston just scored again, so it's 6-4 now.
6-5. Oh,
Six
third
five
period
now?
just got going between Tampa and Philadelphia.
Yes.
Let's see.
That's right. Flyers are going on a power play.
that's fine.
There you
Ah,
go.
There we
That's what
are.
you needed, and you got a
Let's
nice,
go!
fresh,
Oh,
you
and
got a nice
Stamkos going to the
fresh sheet
box.
of ice. So go out there and tie it up.
All right, so Stamkos in the box, like you were saying, Brad, fresh sheet of ice, and like you were saying, Rob, let's go. There's a big opportunity here,
Yep.
and so yeah,
What do they
okay,
call
there
it?
it is. I think it's
He's holding his stick. That's a penalty every day of the week,
yeah,
especially in today's NHL. Oh, he just missed
blast
that one.
right off the face.
I was just making sure they didn't call hooking because I was going to say that doesn't really look like much of a hook there.
Yeah, he's holding a stick. I mean, that was the old Phil Esposito move.
Right.
Of course, back then you could get away.
Yeah,
was
you were allowed to do that. He used to grab the other guy's stick to go around him.
What were you gonna say, Rob?
It was a little more distinctive than the Ian Cole call in the first period. So it's like they're calling that tight, the hooking and the holding.
Yeah, well, nobody
There it
likes to do
is.
that.
There it is.
Yep.
Boom!
Shot right in from
I told
the
you.
point.
I told you.
And it is Kevin Hayes who
I got
gets
this- I got
believe, his
this, guys.
first goal
I
of the
told you.
season.
Get a power play and score.
I think it's JVR's goal.
Oh, it deflected, so it's JVR's. Okay, never mind.
That's okay.
Right, get in the
Stand in front of
garbage.
the net. Stand in front of the net.
This game, you got
Right.
two of the most garbage guys in the game today in JVR and Corey Perry. They just clean it up.
So the garbage man, JVR, does what he does best, takes out the trash. And
That's
puts
not garbage. That's an art. Tipping.
Yeah,
pucks
that's a
like
nice
that.
deflection. I take that statement back.
Ah.
Not about Corey Perry, but about JVR.
I expect
No, you
nobody
know
to
what,
ever
though?
think
I'm still
anything
going
back
to
from
call
Corey
JVR the
Perry.
garbage man because you know what? He still scores plenty of garbage goals anyway.
Yeah,
That's
Chris
going to be his
Kreider
new
scored
nickname.
52 goals
JVR
last
is the
year, doing
garbage
that.
man now.
Garbage goals count just the same as the pretty ones. Just,
They
That's
do.
right.
just
That's
saying.
right. And you know what? You score more on garbage goals than you do pretty ones.
Right. And it's 2-2 now with 18:37 left to go in the third period. And so, yeah, JVR evens up the score here in Tampa Bay.
Now let's play good two-way hockey and at least get a point out of this. You're in the game, get the point. At least steal 1 point. Maybe you can get lucky and get that third and get that second point.
Maybe.
Just they got to play
And,
smart
let's see.
here.
For his saying it feels like there's no reason to
Why
fear
are
the
you
Lightning,
passing
which may
there?
be a mistake on my end, but that shifted over to the Avs, in my opinion.
Right.
Well, I think also them winning the Cup, too, helped elevate them to that sort of fear status. But I still say Tampa, I wouldn't necessarily doom them. Like, sure, Tampa may not be what they used to be, but they're still a dangerous squad.
Oh, they could
Mhm.
still easily make the Stanley Cup Finals, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, especially
No,
if
they
Vazzy
can-
decides, you know what, I'm pissed off, and I want to put on another Vesna performance in the playoffs. They're like, well, you got the greatest goalie in the world in your net. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Exactly, and you know what? Who's to say they don't turn around sometime at some point this season and bring in another defenseman
Right.
to help
Yeah.
out?
We haven't even reached anywhere near the trade deadline yet. So
Yeah, no.
So let's see here. And Prism was saying, "What up, Pove?"
What up, Riz?
And then he also,
I'm returning some videotapes. I'll be right back.
Again?
I had some more.
Oh,
Listen, he's got to get him back. He has to also rewind them too before he takes them back to.
It's Halloween time, man. I gotta, I might have like a Jeffrey Dahmer pickup next week. Who knows?
Hey, be kind and rewind.
Yes.
hey, listen. I heard that Dahmer special on Netflix has been insane.
Pretty good. Really good.
Let's see here. Prism saying,
Ooh,
Tom,
that was
as
close.
long as they have Eichel, they'll be on the outside of the playoffs until proven otherwise. Talking about the Golden Knights there, we were answering that question. And let's see here. Ted, this one would be interesting to talk about. What do you guys think of the Sanheim extension? Obviously, Travis Sanheim, he got paid, and he's got himself a nice little extension. How do you guys feel about that with Sanheim getting his big boy extension?
I thought it was a little much.
No.
Did
No?
that
That
was
was
that
very
just
friendly.
a smile out of Tortorella? Did we actually just see him smile?
That's a unicorn.
Okay, so
Phillies did something.
Phillies is
Philly
real
did
good.
something. Yes. Now, keep in mind, too, I have to sleep in the early afternoon because I get up to do overnight shifts, and I've been woken up by my mom screaming about the Phillies hitting home runs on multiple occasions when that happens. So, imagine that.
The Phillies lead 1-0, by the way.
Yeah, it's a home run. Ted, who hit that home run? But jumping back to Sanheim's extension, I think there could be a lot of good. Oh, what a save by Vasilevsky.
Oh,
I think
saw it. Oh,
I think under Torts it could be really good. I think as of right now, I think he's a little overpayment on him, but cool. Harper got it. Sanheim for me has still left a lot to be desired, but I think if under Torts' system, give me a year or two to really like look and see where he goes. But he hasn't really wowed me yet to get what was a 6.25 over 8 years.
Over 8 years, the length concerns me. It's a lot to dedicate to a guy that's been, let's be fair, it has been up and down, but his game really came, the development really came, and doing that extension now before the end of the season where the price could have went up, I think 6.25 could wind up being a steal for the promise that Sanheim brings to the ice. That's all I'm saying, Brian. I mean, you make good points too.
No, I mean that's a fair point because you know what? If they do it in the offseason, he has a great year. That number is not 6.25. That number is probably 7.5, 8. I totally get what you're saying, but just for me, for right now, I think it's a little bit of an overpayment. But hopefully he backs it up, and I think he can in the system. There's another one. Oh, Marty Warmouth, Maddie. He's on your side. Lifelong Sharks fan. Marty, welcome to the show, buddy.
What's up, Marty? How's it going, man? Yeah,
San Jose always welcome.
Yes, always welcomed. Unfortunately, they're not very welcoming to us because they're like 0-4.
I gotta invite Ray Flowers on the show, Maddie. He's a big San Jose Sharks fan. He actually used to cover hockey before he went into fantasy baseball and football. He's good. I work side by side with him. He's a good guy. I'm sure he'd make a guest appearance for us. I'll talk to him.
All right.
Especially if it's Flyers Sharks or something like that. That'd be great.
Right, definitely. Which that's actually coming up, believe it or not. They're going to be facing each other this Sunday, the Sharks and the Flyers.
Yeah, the Sharks are on the East Coast right now.
Yeah, they're getting ready to
I think they got the Islanders,
they're playing right
Rangers,
now, as a matter
and
of
the Flyers.
fact. Actually, let me check that anyway, because they're playing right now, too. Because they're facing off with the Islanders, I think, tonight. Yes, they are. And they're 2-2 in the second period as well. Yeah, so they're 2-2 with the Islanders.
Oh, boy.
McEwen.
Not good.
Oh, no. What happened? Did he get...
the offensive zone.
Oh, my Lord.
Defensive zone, I'd give him a pass on that. On the offensive zone, that's sloppy.
Very undisciplined play right there. So Marty was saying, lifelong Sharks fan, calling it a season for them already. Selling my fandom for the year. Anyone care to make a case for their team that isn't in the Pacific Division? I would say might as well join my time. You might as well become a Flyers fan on the east side as well as a Sharks fan. I know the Flyers probably won't make the playoffs this year, but it is pretty exciting from seeing all the fights that are breaking out every 5 minutes, and on top of it as well, John Tortorella is always interesting to watch as a coach, so there might actually be some upside to it. That's just my case personally, though, for the Flyers. Anybody else want to throw out their case? Obviously.
Well, I mean, my team's in the Pacific Division, so Marty, I can't necessarily answer that because I'm right there with you. I'm 3 games in, and they're not looking as good as I was hoping. Because they're now down 3-2 to the Devils after barely beating the Kraken in opening night.
They're giving up too many goals right now.
They absolutely are. Defense has been atrocious.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of shots last night, boy.
They gave up 7 goals to the Islanders. 7 to the Islanders.
And 6 to the Rangers.
But the Rangers, you could justify giving up 6 goals to the Rangers because of how good they are. I'm talking about the Islanders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was bad.
That was
bad. they if it wasn't for their goaltending, it may have been more too.
Probably.
Stolarz actually came in for Gibson and played pretty well.
That's funny.
Let's see. Dylan was saying Sanheim was making the same amount as Mackenzie Weegar. I don't think he's that good. Ooh, he's making that much. Oh God.
Well, you know what? They're taking a leap of faith in him. Hopefully, it turns out to be a good chance. They're taking a chance on him.
I hope so too. I mean, because I do love Sanheim when there are flashes where you see Sanheim show what he's capable of, and he is a great player. But he needs to get that. He needs to make that a more common thing, But
I could be wrong. I think he was playing as well as Weegar. I thought he was playing on Weegar's level, especially the second half of last season. That comes from watching every game all the way to the very end. I mean, Dylan, you're out following your Flames. I appreciate that, but I don't know. I think it was a good signing. I think it was good to income. Like I said, I'm concerned about the years, maybe, if anything.
He's still a young player, isn't he? What is he, 24?
Sanheim? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's young.
26.
Oh, 26. So, all right. So when he's 34, I mean, but you know what? He'll still be pretty good. Most guys are still good at 34, especially.
That doesn't bother me.
That's not terribly old.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get the concern though. Like he is streaky. He's at the point where he should be really starting to enter his prime now. So I guess in hopes. That's what they're hoping for, is that he really breaks out this year. They want him to grow into it. They want him to grow into it, and he might be other than the Russian guy. He might be the best. He might be the best defenseman on the team. Other than Provorov. Did they called off that penalty, by the way? Yes, they did.
They did, which was a great job by them killing that off.
They got a chance to win this game.
Right. And they had a problem killing off penalties earlier in the game, too. So that's good progress right there of kind of rounding back and tightening things up when they had to.
And they've been stronger in the second half of periods,
They
too,
look like the
game.
hungrier team.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's see here. So Marty's response to my bid with the Flyers, saying, "I don't know, man. My old boss was a diehard Flyers fan. He sucked eggs."
Most bosses do there, Marty.
Yeah, unfortunately, doesn't really matter what team they root for. But I will say this: if you are interested, we are always here on Tuesday nights, and we are Flyers fans, except for Brad there. He is a Rangers fan. And Brian is a Ducks fan, but he does root for the Flyers as well. So at the same time, I don't know. Do we suck eggs? I don't think we do.
No, but Marty, definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe, brother. We'd love to have you every Tuesday.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Welcome to the fan, man. No matter who you choose to follow on the outside of the Pacific Division, man, you're always welcome.
I will
You
say
could always
this.
you could always choose the Rangers, you know.
Don't choose the Rangers,
At
please.
least you know that you're gonna. At least you're pretty sure you're gonna make the playoffs.
Friends don't
Pretty
let friends
sure.
become Ranger fans. Come on.
Pretty sure. Listen,
You're so good. I had to say it.
I never say definitely because you never know. You know, sometimes you get rocked by injuries and your season gets blown up. So you never know. You never know with that.
That's why we play
If
the
the Rangers lose Shesterkin, they're done. Right?
Yeah, Shesterkin is the pulse.
Yeah, if they lose him, they're done. Because Halak playing goal every night, that would be really ugly.
So I will say this, as we're halfway through the third period here, to Rob's point, they have been the better team in the second half. Flyers have shown a lot of jump here in the third period, and they look like they're out skating and starting to win some of these battles a little bit more.
They're playing hungry hockey right now.
Definitely.
Tampa Bay is not playing hungry hockey right now.
No, Flyers are causing some turnovers that are turning into some rushes and I saw a couple odd man rushes. Some good defensive plays really broke them up, and one really stupid move by I don't know who it was. It may have been Noah Cates. Completely gave him the shot, decided to pass the puck when they had the entire passing lane completely blocked off. Like, come on, man, you got to take that shot there.
Right.
Well, again, that's a young team. That's a young team that likes to that may overpass once in a while. That's just being young.
Dylan saying salary cap can
go outgrow that.
Depending on the escrow. Obviously, talking about Sanheim. Then Marty follows up with, I remember when the Rangers played the Kings in the Cup and becoming the biggest Lundqvist fan for like a week and a half.
Oh, the Kings were just too big and strong for us.
That did not.
Yeah,
that was.
We also lost 3 double overtime games in that series. I mean,
that's.
And in 2 of them, the Rangers hit the post in double overtime. I mean, that was probably the closest.
Wow.
Wow, that was some save just now.
Rang it off the pipe and on the short side by Stamkos. Only he can do that play. Holy cow. And it shot straight up in the air, too, and somehow stayed in play.
So, let's see here.
Reply. I like that reply. That rush coming down from the Flyers.
Yep,
that's what I'm saying.
Keeping their heads up. That's what you want to see. I mean, Tortorella is having that effect. I mean, he's not there to change the culture, as they say. He's there to set new standards, provide an identity for this team. And it was great. Speaking of Emily Kaplan, interviewing him on opening night, she goes, is this team where you want it to be? And he goes, basically to paraphrase, hell no. This is a process. This is going to be a slow build, right? I just want these guys coming out with energy, forechecking hard, and playing tight defense, and that's what you're seeing tonight. And that's what's keeping them in the game, quite frankly, Brad.
they're outworking. They are outworking Tampa Bay right now. I don't think there is any question about what's going on that ice right now.
Right.
I mean, right now they're the better team. I don't know what if they do something, if they find a way to lose, that would unfortunately that could happen. I mean, because they haven't quite established that reputation yet to find a way to win. But I'll tell you what, a win in a game like this would give this team a hell of a lot of confidence.
It sure would. I mean, it only takes a minute and a half for high-skilled players to change the complexity of a game. But they're playing tough and not allowing them. They're like Connecty said in between periods, frustrating them when they don't have the puck, keeping the puck away from their skill position players, and that's going to cause them to grip the stick and press their own game and make mistakes.
They've taken away the East-West game of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ever since they scored that first goal, they took it away. That when Stamkos scored the second goal, they stopped letting them do that. And since they stopped letting them do that, they haven't been able to score, and they're starting to put the puck in themselves, and they're looking good. They really are.
Which is encouraging to see a young team making an in-game adjustment. That's impressive.
So
I mean, that's one thing at Tortorella. His teams always are hard-working teams.
Ooh.
And your fans are gonna love that about them. If they continue to outwork the other team.
Oh, that hurt like hell. D'Angelo taking that shot right off the back. Ow.
They hit spine.
Truth on all folds.
Oof. Yeah, he's getting that looked at. That's going to be a nice bruise. Oof. Oof. All right. But by the way, Don's here. And by the way, he makes a comment of saying, is somebody get cussed out? Yes, my mom is cussing out the Padres. So she's yelling at the Padres as they get struck out.
Do they have a hit yet?
What's up?
I don't think they have a hit yet, do they?
I don't think so. I think the Phillies have one.
Yeah, they have. They're
two. Actually, I'm sorry, they have two.
Wheeler is throwing a no-hitter against them, and he's only got 47 pitches in 4 innings.
Yeah.
What's up, Tommy?
That's cruising.
Speaking of a gentleman who's happy about the Phils, what's up, Tommy?
Tommy.
Yo, good time for Philadelphia sports.
Right.
Love it.
Meanwhile, Mario was saying we need an interview with that guy's mom.
Hey,
our city, what she's watching.
Our city isn't
the NLCS.
Our city isn't doing too bad either, with sports right now.
Well, that's a giant question mark, but yeah, New York's doing pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a 5-1 football team. I'm sorry we're not 6-0. Not everybody can be the Eagles, but
damn right.
5-1. We advanced to the LCS the same way you guys did, and we'll see what happens with the basketball team.
And then if you look at the other side of New York too, the Mets playoff team, Jets are looking like they could potentially be a playoff team, a wild card. But it's still potential to playoffs. The Jets are playing really well. But yeah, the only question is that basketball team that they were like the Knickerbockers or something. I don't know what
you mean. The bricks. Knicks.
The not so.
Even the Knicks too.
Yes.
Nice. What a freaking steal!
There you go.
Noah Cates. That's what I'm talking about. His first goal in the regular season. I saw him score in the preseason, and now he's got a regular season.
You need to call a timeout.
Yeah, that was a disaster on their end.
You need to call a timeout because they're skating you into the ice right now.
What a great hustle there, and what a great turnover, and then a turnaround
from a 2-0 deficit. The Philadelphia Flyers coming back from a 2-0 deficit to take the lead in Tampa.
No, Cernak, and then looks like Sergachev screened him.
Yeah, who's 81?
Cernak.
Nice giveaway.
So congratulations to Noah Cates. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not his first goal. My bad. Yeah, he had 5 goals last season. But it's his first goal this season. Keep forgetting he played last year because I'll be honest with you, it's like PTSD.
3-2 Philadelphia fucking Flyers. Let's go.
Right. On the Tampa Bay Lightning, not just any team, the Tampa Bay Lightning on top of that.
In Tampa Bay,
yes. And Ted, by the way, wanted to call you out, Brady. He said thanks for jinxing it in terms of the basketball.
All the players really got to do is just remember, get the puck in deep and make sure you clog up the neutral zone. No odd man rushes here.
Don was yelling out goal here. And he also went on to say, all I got is Red Wings and Michigan Wolverines.
You kind of
over the weekend.
You have a AAA team in the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? Well, you got the... Oh, no, we don't want to talk about Nah, we don't want to get him upset.
I mean, if we
They got
want to
him
talk
on Ross
about
St. Brown.
true. Hey, listen,
TJ
That-
Hawkinson.
that Detroit offense is gonna be fun, but that Detroit defense is gonna make you want to rip your damn hair out.
Hey, you get the best of both worlds.
I mean, all
You
I
get to
got
be
is the
happy and
Hurricanes.
miserable at the same time.
I just
Look
got
at
the
this, a two-
Hurricanes down here. I
they
got
almost had a
nothing else. I have
2-on-1.
no baseball. I have no football. I just got the Hurricanes. At least they're good though.
Right.
And I got
Oh,
Then I
they're
got-
real good.
wait, then I got the AAA International Division champion Durham Bulls, who are
Yeah,
also
nice.
the
Durham Bulls
AAA
are
national champions of the
If you,
2022
if
season.
you like,
so let's
if
go.
you like,
Nice.
if you like college basketball, though, you're loaded down there.
Oh yeah, we're college. We're loaded,
Yeah.
loaded.
You got the best college basketball by far.
Oh yeah,
Go over-
our
go
March
over
Madness,
teams.
like my job during March Madness, we're busy all that entire week from the moment we open to the moment we close.
Let me see here. The Mar-
Jesus,
Marty
y'all
was-
can go to hell.
Ted,
Oh, love you, Don. Missed you, buddy.
Let's see, Barty saying this one. That's one thing about Torts. He ain't no sissy boy, and this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
That's true.
And then he goes on to say as well, thank God the Warriors aren't bums anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Eugene, I agree. Tampa is better, but right now, I mean, you're not going to go 82-0. But yeah, Tampa right now is the better team. I totally agree.
I mean, better team, but you know what? Hey, on any
but
given night, who knows?
They're getting outworked. Right, they have been getting outworked for the last period. The last period now.
Mhm.
Right.
The last 20 minutes have been all Flyers.
Yeah, they're just not the better team tonight, and that's going to happen. It's all good, Eugene. Thanks
Yeah,
for
they're
joining the
just-
show, brother. Appreciate the comment, and hit that like, hit that
They just
subscribe.
stopped that rush.
Yeah. So far, still 3-2 here. 4 minutes left in the third period. Flyers trying to protect a 1-goal lead, although the Lightning are trying to make this a little bit harder as they've got the puck in their possession.
And
the
nobody's in
Flyer
the slot
zone.
right now.
Good
Oh,
save
now
with
now
Hart.
there is. Oh, big save through traffic.
Right.
Is that my
Let's
man,
see.
Kirk?
They better
Kirk, you
clear that
back
front
in
of
the
that
chat,
net.
baby.
It is Kirk.
What's up,
It's
Kirk?
Mr. Kirk Tyler Cooper Jr. saying they're looking good and they're not even at full health. Crazy. You're damn right.
Well, man,
And
Kirk's
let's see.
back in the chat now that he's finally allowed back on Facebook.
Right. And then Don saying, man, this Sens and Boston's game is nuts. Yeah.
It was 6-5 last I saw.
It's 6-5 now.
Yeah, I'm checking the score now. We should do a scoring update real quick.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? Why don't
Go
you
ahead.
do that? We got stoppage and play.
All right, so late third period, Ducks are down 4-2 to the Devils. Bruins are down to the Senators about midway through the third, 6-5. Late in the third, we got the Jackets and the Canucks tied up at 3. At the end of 2, Sharks are down to the Islanders 3-2.
Damn.
Sabres and Oilers are tied up at 1 midway through the first. Golden Knights up 1-0 on the Flames. Somebody check on Dylan, make sure he's all right. And then we still got the Kings and the Predators coming up at 9:30.
Dylan saying Markstrom let in a softy 1-0 Vegas. Missed a glove save. Vladar going to steal his job. Boy, if Vladar steals Markstrom's job, holy shit.
You got a story if that happens.
Well, they're big on Vladar too. They think he could be a franchise goaltender.
Interesting. I know he was actually not bad in Boston before he wound up taking the job with Calgary. But let's see here. So, unfortunately, bad news for me on the Sharks. I'm kind of interested to see who got those 2 goals for them, at least.
For the Sharks, it was Evgeny Svechnikov and I think Nico Sturm.
Okay, good. Nico Sturm getting goals in 2 straight games, even if they are losses, and Svechnikov as well, because he scored in the last game, too. Which they probably should have won against the Blackhawks. That was an absolute complete catastrophe. They collapsed.
I think Evgeny Svechnikov. He's not as good as his brother, but he's a good, solid, under the radar third line player in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's showing that. I think he's a really solid player. In a way, kind of like the Cates brothers. Jackson Cates might be the solid depth player, but Noah is the guy that a lot of people feel like has the skill on that. And he showed a little bit of that getting with that aggressive play and getting the goal. Let's see, Dylan saying, Sutter is making Vladar start once a week during the season. Might be more at this rate.
I tell you guys, I am very impressed with what I'm seeing with the Flyers right now. I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's early in the season, and sometimes good teams don't, sometimes take a little while to get going. But this is really, this is impressive.
ESPN just showed a stat that all of last season, Flyers had 0 wins, down 2 goals. This would be number 2 on the season already after coming back against Vancouver.
Wow. That's a huge
That's right. They did come back down
improvement.
from 2-0.
We have David Haney saying this Flyers team is resilient. Yeah, I can't argue that, man. We're coming here and getting a 3-2 lead right now. But, okay, good.
No, I know it was a 2-on-1. Oh, good save by Vazzy. No, I know he says he's not here to build a culture, but that's exactly what Torts is doing right now. He's building a culture. You brought in a few guys this offseason that weren't the flashy, sexy move, but these guys are helping build camaraderie. They're building a culture. They're having each other's back. They're showing leadership. Guys like Tony DeAngelo, Nick Delorier. No, not sexy names, but DeAngelo's making Provorov play better. And then Delorier's just standing up for his players. He's sparking the team. He's a great locker room guy. He's been really good 5-on-5 so far. He's been really good on the PK's kind of been meh, but
got 3-on-1.
They're not
and saved by Vazzy.
Not sexy moves, but they're building a culture in that locker room, and this is a much different team from last year.
So they were trying to get Vazzy into the bench so they can get the empty netter out. They could not. They'll get the extra attacker. They couldn't do that last time because the Flyers actually got the puck way faster than they expected.
Flyers are winning all the puck battles, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really impressive to watch this, what they're doing right now. Look at this. I mean, they're keeping the play along the boards. I mean, this is how you play defense in your own zone. It's textbook. And then they got a little break as the puck goes out of play, so they can give their defense a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, so right now, 1 minute, 34 seconds left to go. Flyers hold on for that. They'll actually snag 2 points away from the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa Bay, which is no small feat for a team last year that couldn't even really buy a win. Actually, a team that hasn't been able to buy a win from
Hey, I'm loving it, guys, because you know what?
10 games.
My Rangers are competing with Tampa Bay to have a better record than them and have home ice advantage if they play them in the playoffs. So,
yeah, 2-2.
And let's see, David saying, I was at home with the home opener when they won 5-2. They got down 1-0 and exploded in the second and just didn't stop. Tonight again, plus against the Canucks, they don't stop grinding.
Yep, that's the Torts system for you. I mean, these guys are supporting each other. They're not giving up on each other. They're playing not fully, but closer to a full 60-minute effort than they were last year. I'd give them like a 45-minute effort tonight, which is against a team like Tampa Bay, is an incredible way. Especially when you're down 2-0 to the reigning top team in the East. So I mean, this is a huge. This is a huge game right now, and we knew going in that this is a test.
Yeah, it was going to be their biggest challenge so far. There'll be plenty more to come, but we want to start off on the right foot. And so far, they're doing that. Let's see.
Minute 15 left here to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Empty net looming.
They got it set up now. We'll see what happens.
And keep in mind that there is an empty net, so if the Flyers could turn the puck over, maybe they could get it down the other end of the ice and pop one in. And hopefully finish it off.
Here we go.
Hopefully.
You're definitely going to get it out of the zone.
Yeah, they got it out of the zone, which is always good.
They're able to make a line change, get fresh players.
Mm-hmm. Very good stuff. Tampa once again gets it at the blue line. Push it forward. Centered. Oh, great play, but a great stop there.
Wow, that was a big play.
That was.
Well, here's a chance now.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Get the stick in there. There you go.
They
There you
have
go,
time for
Scotty.
one more rush.
Nice. Good aggression there, making sure that stick check went through. And great play by Tampa again on those passes.
Shut up, there, Carter.
Nice job, Hart. Shuts the
That's
door.
my son.
That's it.
Biological by birth.
1.2 seconds. They're not losing this game now.
Number 79, Carter Hart, the alleged son of Rob Povia.
Alleged.
This was an impressive win for them. I know there's 1.2 seconds to go, but you're not scoring in 1.2 seconds.
The only way that it can happen is if they can get a clean shot off the draw, but
that's not going to happen.
Not with the way the Flyers have been winning faceoffs this year, and the way that the Tampa Bay Lightning couldn't win a faceoff this year.
Defense.
Well, Cooper just called for a timeout, which is normal in a situation like this.
I mean, going into this game, they were. I think if they going into this game, they were like 34% in the faceoff circle. Tampa Bay was, so they're not winning faceoffs.
Who's that? Tampa.
Tampa Bay, yeah.
Well, John Tortorella, you know what? I'm happy for him.
By the way, Rob, Don wants to know who the mom is if you're the father.
Oh, man. It's confidential. It's in that Canadian Juniors lawsuit. I can't disclose.
Oh, my God. They're showing the last 10 meetings between the Flyers and the Lightning. That was an ugly stat, but you know what? It's going to end tonight.
Which is a huge step in the right
direction.
They're
sitting there. They're all standing there shaking their heads. You know what? You guys got outworked tonight. Shame on you.
Right. They were probably thinking they were going to face the team they faced the last 10 times.
Exactly. They got outworked. You know what? The Flyers deserve these 2 points. Got to give them credit. They completely outplayed them in the second and third period.
That's game 3-0, baby.
Good job, boys. So the orange and the black, no small part from Mr. Carter Hart getting the job done. And at the end of the day, also, the offense showing up, getting a huge win, 3-2. And there you have it. The Flyers are now 3-0. And comeback wins in the first 3 games of the season. It's the 3rd time in franchise history that they have done that. And, now they have won 3 straight, and tomorrow they go to face Florida in Sunrise. So, all right, they set themselves up nice here to start this off. Tampa gets to walk away with their heads down, wondering what the hell just happened. And the Flyers get to walk away with their heads held high.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a Lightning player going into the locker room tonight.
Yeah.
Cooper is going to read them. Cooper's going to read them the riot act. What are they? 1-3 now?
Might be actually. I forget the actual.
Tampa Bay's 1-3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Oh, hey, what's up, Swoopy?
What's up, Brian?
And let's see, Joe saying, someone make a Riley Reid porn star meme. Flyers. Oh, fuck, you're going to make me believe.
They're dragging you guys back in, aren't they?
Apparently they are. They are pulling everybody in.
I mean, Phillies did that to me.
One doubter at a time.
That was an impressive game. I'll tell you what, it's a little news flash around the NHL. If you're going to play the Flyers, okay, you better not let them outwork you, because if they outwork you, they can beat you, and they're outworking people. That's obviously why they're winning games.
You know what? This
is the first time I've seen them play this season, and that was impressive.
You know what this
I
makes
told
me
you guys
actually-
they were going to come out hot. They were going to come out from a strong camp, out-condition people, outwork people. Will they be able to continue it into November? They'll get some healthy bodies back, but of course you're going to lose some bodies too. Will the depth stay up? Will the level of the young players stay at the level that we're seeing right now? That'll be the true test. But I mean, this is a bold statement
Well,
on national television.
They should kind of get better as the season goes along. I mean, their young players do tend. I mean, sometimes they hit the wall when they're really young, but you know, these guys did go through it last year, and were able to get that season under their belt. So why not?
Yeah.
Look, they've been
Yeah.
impressive this year.
I'll enjoy the ride, man. I'll take wins. You never want to see your team lose, you know what I mean? And who knows, if you continue this level of play, then maybe you start changing your plans and the rebuild, gets a little quicker. But I think you can rely on Tortorella for keeping the players' heads level.
Right.
Oh
And let me see here. David saying, I know it's early in the year, but this is exactly what I wanted to see. Damien, this is for you, Brian. After tonight's game, how long do you give the Ducks coach?
December at the latest.
Not a whole lot of
Thanksgiving at the earliest.
Boosh! Sorry, I saw Brian Boucher on the screen.
Boosh. Gotta love him.
2-0 Phils. Let's go, Schwarbs.
Oh my God, I just saw it. He absolutely smoked that ball. Holy shit. Whew. He fucking destroyed
Giddy up.
that.
Yeehaw.
Woo. Holy shit.
But yeah, I mean, Ducks just defensively look like straight garbage. So it's tough. Offensively, they're scoring goals, but they can't hold leads. Tonight you're up 2-0. You should have been able to put the Devils away. You let them come back in with 4 unanswered. 4 unanswered.
Right.
You just gave up 6 to the Rangers and 7 to the Islanders, and you gave up 4 to Seattle.
Who in net? Gibby?
Gibby.
Wow,
Defense has
maybe
been that bad.
you were right to say that they should have traded him while his value was up.
I mean, apparently there's a nagging injury there, and he's playing through it, which is fine.
Gotcha.
But defensively, they've been terrible. They're giving up all kinds of high quality shots. They've got the 3rd most goals allowed, and I haven't looked yet, but I'm sure that the penalty kill gave up a couple goals tonight.
And let's see here. So
The Blue Jackets just took the lead on Vancouver, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That was a shot. That was
Vancouver
second deck in San Diego.
Vancouver blew that lead, and the Senators and Bruins are now 7-5. Oh my goodness!
Oh, my God.
Barn burner.
What is this, the 1980s? Jesus.
That would have been a good game to stack a DFS.
Right.
Good Lord.
Don saying, yes, Tampa lose. Obviously, Don has still a lot of hard feelings towards the Tampa Bay Lightning for his time with the Red Wings.
help you out there in the Atlantic. Our pleasure.
Well, when they were calling themselves Tampa Bay, that was a little nauseating.
Yeah, for sure.
Now they're more like Champa Bay.
Right.
They're not so bad anymore.
The ex-housewives of Tampa Bay.
Very good. That was really good.
I like that one.
And the reason why they're the ex-housewives is because they have no more of those cups. Those rings are gone now.
Wow. Oof. Oofa.
They went to Colorado. They're in Denver.
Spit take. That got his face that way.
And Don, by the way, does say this Atlantic division is going to be hell. Yeah, I was when we were going through our division previews, the chances were pretty high that Atlantic division was going to become way more competitive, possibly even more competitive than the Metro had been in the and that's like, holy shit, that's a big change, big shift in these, because it usually was you knew what 3 teams were going to make it in the Atlantic, and the Metro was going to be the freaking division of hell. And now it seems like it's flipping. to Atlantic slowly but surely.
Yeah, but that might not be in the same context that we were referring to during the season previews, talking about it. The Atlantic Division kind of, to me right now, isn't living up to the hype. Boston's been really good. Ottawa's kind of been lackluster. Montreal's kind of been lackluster a little bit. Tampa Bay obviously not playing up to par.
Oh, isn't that too bad?
I'm just saying, like, I expected the Atlantic Division to be a lot more competitive than it has been to start the season. But again, it's just to start the season.
Right.
We're only a handful of games in, so a lot of things are going to change as the season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see you trolling us in there, Eugene. Tough. Tough.
You're still always
salty
welcome.
Tampa Bay guys, man. These guys jumping on the train when they're winning, they can't take a loss.
Yeah, well, it happens.
I mean, it's what happens when you just get flat out outplayed and outworked in a 60-minute game, and you stay out of the box and you eliminate Steven Stamkos.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, you do.
And by the
Stay
way,
out of the
Mr.
box.
Brodo,
Get out. Oh.
You get outworked. That's what happens when you let a team outwork you.
Thought Harper had another one. He just missed it.
and Mr. Brodo, well done from the Flyers. This is fun. Yes, thank you very much. And
Bro. What's up, buddy?
And then he also goes on to say, pardon me for the moment. Holy shit, Kyle Schwarber.
Pretty sure
That was pretty much
one
everybody.
another.
Ted was saying 2-0 Phils. Swoopy was like, wow, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, that was a nasty shot he put out. But, like, holy shit. Swoopy saying, this was the most exciting the Flyers have looked in 25 years. I love the all-around pressure, aggressiveness, and attack. Yes, it was even more exciting than 2010 and 2001, the style of play. I couldn't stop jumping up and down with the style of play I saw from this team tonight. I love it. They're converting Swoopy, and Swoopy is a guy who was always ripping them a new asshole every time he got a chance.
Your words have fallen upon Tort's ears, apparently.
Right.
He's doing everything you asked for.
Right.
I mean, he was ripping them in the first game, and they were up 5-2.
Love it.
Don't think I
Love
forgot
it.
about
You
Swoopy.
mean
I
only,
still love
you
him,
mean
but I
only,
don't think I
five,
forgot about
only
that.
5-2?
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm not even gonna get into it. That's between me and Swoopy. But
There is one Philadelphia team though tonight that is taking a pretty good beating right now. That would be
Sixers?
your Philadelphia 76ers.
Really? It was 63 all at halftime. What's it now?
It's 114-102, and I think Boston is going to be going to the foul line to convert a 3-point play.
Oh.
All right, gents. So we're starting to run up against it. So what we're gonna do now, we'll do the preview for tomorrow night's game between the Flyers and the Panthers. Quick throw out. What do you think we're going to see in terms of a score and any particular prominent players, whether it's a Panther or a Flyer?
Well,
Take it away.
It's going to be interesting to see how they react to their first back-to-back against two really good teams, even though they handled the first one here tonight. Now you go against the Florida Panthers, another good team. You got to imagine Hart sits, especially after tonight's hard-working game versus Tampa Bay, and then also taking that run-in from Point earlier in the game, had him shaken up for a little bit. The Flyers activated Felix Sandstrom over the weekend and loaned Samuel Harrison back to the FanUp. So I think you see Sandstrom there as his first opportunity to prove that he could back up Hart.
yeah, absolutely.
They're going to have their hands full tomorrow night. I think it's going to be tough. I mean, the back-to-backs on the road are always really, really tough. I mean, I know it's not that long a trip, but I mean, the distance from Tampa Bay to Sunrise
Yeah.
is that's a pretty long trip. I mean, it's not like the Rangers and Devils or the Flyers and going to Long Island. It's a little further than that.
Yeah,
So, I mean, they'll be getting in pretty. They'll be getting in pretty late, but I kind of like their chances to get a point or two, maybe two, but I think they can get a point. Listen, if they play the way they did tonight, the only problem for them is going to be the energy, especially in the third period. Florida's a very fast team, and it's going to be hard for them to be able to maintain that intensity for 3 periods. I mean, unfortunately, teams do run out of gas, and you're asking a lot. So we'll see how they handle that. They do have young legs, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, and to Ted's question, didn't they lose their top 3 players? I mean, they lost Huberto and they lost Mackenzie Weegar, but they also gained Matthew Tkachuk. So, I mean, take that for what it is. And Tkachuk has had an immediate impact on that Florida roster. So,
They also
Panthers
lost Claude Giroux.
I won't call them they're one of their top 3 players, though.
No, but he's a good player, though.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree to that. I'm just, he referred to the top 3, so.
Okay. Okay. I just think it's gonna be tough. Florida didn't play tonight. They're resting. You know, the Flyers just went through a very emotional, big win. It's gonna be tough. They're gonna. It's definitely gonna be tough for them to get another win. But you know, if they can get a big effort, the problem is they're gonna have their backup goalie, and that's why it's so hard to win back-to-back games in the NHL, because goalies don't play 2 nights in a row. You know, your backup's going to be in there, and we'll see. I mean, he's kind of untested, so we'll have to see what happens. But that's kind of the fun of it, you know?
Right.
No,
both left wing lock and this other side I checked out, both still have Hart projected, but I think you have to see the backup in this scenario, especially to your point, Brad, in terms of a long trip even in state.
So
yeah, I mean, they're not around.
Friendly.
They're not around the corner. I mean, that's a
Right.
a 3-hour bus ride if they're
Right.
taking a bus.
But as of right now, Hart's projected, but I say that changes overnight, and you see it Sandstrom starting in that.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't see Tortorella doing that to Hart so
Right.
early in the season.
Hold on, is Sandstrom back, or is it?
Yeah, they actually
Yeah, he was activated over the weekend from the IL. Is that what they call it?
Something like that. All right, then. So, yeah, we might get to see Felix Sandstrom for the first time this season. Actually, first time period, because he didn't play any preseason games due to injury. So, there we go.
What's up, Bryce? I'll see you in the chat.
All right, then. Let's see here.
Real quick. For me, for the Panthers, this is going to be a game of speed. You got to contain them. Obviously, we know who Barkov is. We know what Tkachuk is. Duclair's really shined since being down there. They have a lot of depth down there defensively. They're strong. They got 2 goaltenders that can really shut you down. So the game is contained. Force them to the outside, and just keep doing what you're doing. Grinding, winning puck battles. Outskate these guys. Outwork them. It's going to be tougher off the back-to-back. And Rob
stay out of
said.
the penalty box.
And that's the other thing, too. You got to stay out of the penalty box with these guys as well. They can do the damage on the power play. So, for me, you know, you got to keep Tkachuk and Barkov off the scoreboard if you want to win this game.
All right, then, gentlemen. So let's see here. For mine, I will say I do agree. I think Sandstrom will be in net. I'm thinking this is going to be the first out, only because back-to-back games, and I think that they worked very hard tonight to get this win against Tampa. I think Florida beats them by maybe 1 goal, 2 if they get an empty netter. But, I think that they take their first out. But I still think it's a close game. I think the Flyers try to play as hard as they did tonight, and I think Florida might not handle it nearly as well as they should, but I think that they will still get the win at the end of the game.
Key is score early.
Yeah.
Flyers need to get off to a good start and put a couple of goals. Put a couple of goals in there in the first period and get themselves a lead.
All right,
yeah,
gentlemen.
you can't continue coming back.
Don't get behind. Don't get behind
Right.
that team after, and
Right.
then
Right.
try to come back. And
You can only do the comeback kid shit for so long.
Right.
All right, so gentlemen, here we are with our first and second periods. That was the preview, was the second period. First period was the live reaction, brought to you by, if you're looking to buy or sell a home or have a change of career in brokerage, contact Alan Foy at eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy at exprealty.com. Big step in life, do it right, Alan Foy. Then, as well, Second period brought to you by All Campus OC. If you're ever down in Ocean City, New Jersey, and you want to visit one of the best shops you can find out there on the boardwalk, that is All Campus OC, run by the one and only John Coyle, who does the ramp booth. And he's giving 20% off of everything in the store, including hats, shirts to all of the subscribers of A2D Radio. So get subscribed up. Head on down to Ocean City, New Jersey. Check out All Campus. And say hi to John. And, gentlemen, shootout segment. Time for the hot take of the week. Or, actually, do you want to do your hot take of the week, or do you want to do your favorite flyer so far in these last few games?
Let's run through all three of them real quick. Short answers.
All right, then. Why not? So start off. Favorite flyer through all these games.
TK.
Lawton.
Gotta say, Hart.
I'm going to go with Superman.
2 for Scotty.
Yeah.
He's just been good. He's just been good.
That top
Working
line's been
hard.
good.
Blue collar. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next one.
All right, next one up. That is. Let's see. Next one is, which young flyer have you seen the most from? Meaning
Shut up,
rookies.
As of right now, for me, it's Noah Cates. I've seen a lot of good things from him. He's forcing turnovers. He's using his speed. He's outworking some players. And it paid off for him tonight with a goal, with a huge turnover.
I agree. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
For me, I'm going to say I've liked what I've seen from Wade Allison. I love the way he's crashing the net, showing good front of the net presence, playing well. You could also say Morgan Frost. You could throw him up there, too. He's been impressive in the first couple games.
All right, then. All right, then, Jensen. The final one is the hot take of the week. Who wants to give this one out?
Tampa Bay goes 1-5 to start the season.
Oh, okay.
Down with Tampa Bay.
I mean,
All
we've got a
right.
couple people trolling us in the chat, so I'm assuming these guys are Tampa fans. So, let's have a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay goes 1-5. Let's go.
Mr. Eugene don't care, and RV Jack.
RB
All
Jack
right.
starting to take some personal shots here, RB. We could kick you out of the chat if you keep that up, bro. We don't play that game here.
What's this Ed? I turned off my shit. What?
The dude has a Hitler mustache.
Who,
Shut
me?
that shit off. Shut that
It's
shit off
gray,
right now.
dude. It's all there. I just got a lot of gray, man. I'm a quarter Jew. That's fucked up.
We don't play that game, RB Jack. We'll kick your ass right out of the chat.
Right.
You want to come in? You want to troll? You want to have some fun? That's fine. We can do that, but we don't take personal shots here.
All right. So, gentlemen, my hot take will be the Flyers will go 10-0. Fuck it. We're going all the way with this shit.
Real quick, Maddie. Do me a favor. Kick this motherfucker out. Kick this bitch out. I don't want him here. Later, RB Jack. Enjoy your night.
Gone.
Well, I dig what you're saying, though, Maddie. Like I said, I thought they'd have the best record in the.
No, Robbie cut himself off. You kicked the wrong guy out, Maddie.
Actually, I had nothing to do with that.
I know.
He kicked himself out.
hit
Rob kicked himself out. He couldn't handle his own hot take there for a second.
Oh, boy. There he is.
What did I fucking do? I was sticking up for you.
No, literally, you just cut off. You disappeared after.
I know. It
blocked us.
was weird. It said some error occurred. Try again. I was like,
was
oh,
funny.
right, I'll try again.
You know what it is? Yeah, Don was like, did RB Jack do that?
Damn.
I said the
Blocked
same
the
thing.
wrong
I'm
person.
like, whoa, hold up. You kicked the wrong guy out. Like, come on. Like, no, Robbie's part of the show. We don't kick him out. He's here to stay.
Oh. Rob, what's your hot take, brother?
My hot take, keeping with the Halloween theme that I started off with, the best Halloween candy is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Come at me, bro.
All right.
I can't argue that. My favorite's Kit Kat, though.
Oh,
Brad?
My hot take, and you guys won't like this, but that's why you brought me in here anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Mika Zibanejad will score 50 goals this year.
Ooh, that's dirty.
I don't know.
He's
I
going to
don't know
score
if that's
at
a hot
least
take, though.
25 power play goals, by the way.
I like that as a hot take, but I don't know if because he can do it. He's come very close a couple times. Z hitting 58. I don't think is a hot take. I think that's something that he could realistically do.
Well, that's why I'm saying I think he's going to get 50 goals this year.
Okay, I
Because
like it.
he's come close, and he always gets off to bad starts. This year he's off to a great start. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
the other one is Kreider will not score 50 this year.
All right.
That's
By the
probably
way-
an easy one to guess, though. I mean, it's
It's
hard
all
to
good.
score. It's hard
It's all
unless your
good.
name's
I like
Connor McDavid. It's kind of hard to do that twice in a row. So
I like it.
By the way, Dave Osterchek saying, be nice to Pope.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love
Appreciate
Pope,
that.
David. We love
It's
Pope.
my boy, man. How you been, man? We brought a Rangers fan on for you, man. You should tune in every week, man. Brad, sporting the blue shirts.
yeah, but at least I'm fair when it comes to the Flyers.
Right. No, Oz, he's a big Ranger fan. You guys will get together like spaghetti and tuna fish.
I think you stirred up
I
a
don't like that
hornet's nest here,
combination.
Rob, because Marty's saying like Kit Kats are hella bomb. Them shit smack.
You know what? Just
Yeah,
for that,
Mo got my back, though.
All right,
Mo got
guys.
my back.
Here's
Marty's got to be on this. Marty's got to be in our chat more often if he's saying Kit Kats are bomb. That's my guy right there.
Right.
If you're a Sharks fan, it's fine. He's
Milky Way
my guy.
Snickers.
I'm over Snickers.
See, Ted has a little bit more class here. He did go on to say it's a Charlie Chaplin slash. All right, Ted, that's a little bit more class there. I'll give you that one. Swoop. All right. And Swoop saying he's obsessed with Reese's or anything peanut butter. All right, it's 10:03. We got to get going, guys. Sorry, wish we could stay a little longer, but yeah, we do have a show that follows us, so we're gonna wrap this sucker up.
Plus,
All right, guys. So thank you everybody who chimed in tonight, and we hope to see you guys next week. Next week, the Flyers will just double check here to the old calendar. I go to see what we got next week. Next week, unfortunately, the Flyers do not play. So we will not have a live reaction for you, but we will have a review. Oh, goody. We'll have enough time to do a review of the Flyers and the Sharks. Fuck me, I guess. Anyway, so...
You better beat them because right now they stink.
I'll be shocked that the Flyers don't beat the Sharks. I really would be.
They're not. They are not good right now. I would bet the Flyers. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a point tomorrow night, though. Just the way they played tonight, that was really impressive. Their defense just was really impressive. They kept Tampa Bay from going to the middle of the ice, and they prevented the east-west pass because that's Tampa Bay's bread and butter.
Right.
And good for
Marty.
them. Great scouting and great coaching.
See, it was all meant to be because Marty, being the Sharks fan that he is, you know, it was all meant to be because next Tuesday we'll be reviewing that game. So hopefully we'll see you next week there, Marty. Hope to see you then, brother. All right, and everybody else, of course, Ted, Don, David, everybody in the chat, thank you so very much. 181.
Make sure you're new to the chat. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We want to see y'all next week.
Giddy up.
And Dave saying you're on Team Torts now. Expect insanity. Best way to describe it. All right, gents. So finish this up. Specialized Physical Therapy, Dr. Paul Vidal, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. And then Cherry Hill, Burlington, New Jersey is where you go to for your appointments. If you have any aches and pains, he'll take care of you there. FanUp, best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contest, promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points, $50 value. Gleason's Bar, located 6700 Mill Creek Ave, Levittown, PA. Use the promo code A2D for 10% off your order. Whenever you dine in, take out, go online at Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com. And finally, our show sponsor, of course, none other than Manscaped. Listen, gentlemen, in this world, confidence is everything. and it is key. And the only way to feel confident sometimes is to make sure that all the sensitive regions are taken care of. So make sure they're taken care of. All right. We thank everybody for joining us. We will see you next week right here on a2dradio.com. Until then, I'm Matt, Brad, Rob, Brian. We'll see you guys next week. Peace and love, everyone.
Prayers for Borg solving.
Oh yeah.